Yeah. What's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah. You woke up in 2026. I'm glad you're here. We in this thing together. Y'all see what we got going on though. If Eric Killmonger was Black Panther, yeah, that's what we got. That's the assignment for today. Theo, talk to us about if Eric Killmonger was Black Panther. Okay. All right. That's a loaded question, though. That's a loaded question. Yeah, what's going on? We in here. We got the Kimoyo King, president of Black Panther Fair Group. Y'all already know. We in here. If Eric Killmonger became Black Panther, I'm gonna apologize. I am. I'm gonna apologize. I am, because if I only knew what I knew, that's a simple question. Like if I only, here we go. Baby, no shade. As my 14-year-old say, baby, no shade. If all I knew was Eric Killmonger from the MCU, this is an easy question to answer. I'm probably gonna get it wrong too, though. Right. I'm probably gonna get it wrong. But pardon the pun, if I am a student of the game, when it comes to T'Challa, Black Panther, and all characters surrounding Black Panther, and I go all the way back to 1966, Don McGregor. I wasn't born till 68. And then I spin it forward casually as I have read stories with Eric Killmonger in them since I was a kid. Right. And I see how certain folks interjected themselves into, first of all, let me go ahead and say this right here. I don't know one African that then wrote Eric Killmonger. I'm sorry, that then wrote Black Panther. Let me say that one more time. I don't know one African that looked at the names of the writers and everything like that. There are African Americans that have written Black Panther. There are European Americans that have written Black Panther. I don't know of not one African that then wrote him. And see, that therein lies a problem with me, because when I look at how some of us view T'Challa, even recently, there's that whole disconnect in the diaspora. There's that whole disconnect. So when folks get so giddy and happy to talk about what T'Challa ain't did this and what T'Challa ain't did that with Eric, I just happen to notice you African Americans. You locking in with Eric because he African American. You're supposed to lock in with the hero. You're not supposed to just, mind you, I'm looking at this and I'm like, because we ain't looking at the Joker like that. We ain't looking at Lex Luthor like that. And even though Norman Osborn and Otto Octavius have both took their turns at being heroes, we wasn't trying to elevate them over Peter. But seems like there's always an agenda in regards to Eric. So Eric Killmonger, Jungle Action, Don McGregor. I'm a comic book fan, so I got to go here. So he is a destabilizing force. Way before we get going forward to, I think that was Brian Hill did his darndest to do the retcon. Eric is a destabilizing force. Eric don't give two damns about Wakanda. If I go back to Don McGregor's run, Eric was deleting Wakandans. Before he got to T'Challa, he was deleting brothers and sisters. That's why Cantu knocked his butt off of Warriors Falls. I'm gonna get you for my daddy. I'm gonna run that back for Pops. You and Dad gonna have to run that back in the ancestral plane. If you can get there, stay right there. Because can Eric become a Black Panther? I say stay right there because the Black Panther is tied to Bast. And we play footloose and fancy free with religion in the MCU, especially when we're talking about religions amongst Black characters. T'Challa, Okoye, and M'Baku all practice different religions. Let me say that one more time. They all got different deities that they pray to. Now, when it comes to M'Baku and T'Challa, M'Baku prays to Gekri just as hard as T'Challa prays to Bast. So if M'Baku need to do something, he ain't finna acknowledge Bast. Bast ain't finna praise M'Baku for defeating her champion. I say her champion. And her champion is from the Golden Tribe. That's what that is. We play footloose and fancy free with religion. I'm almost of the mindset we don't respect Black religions. Theo, what you mean? We don't respect it if the African says they're Christian. We don't respect them if they say they're Muslim. And we damn sure don't respect them if they say they're spiritualists. In essence, we think we will easily trade in our religion just to be saved. No, we won't. No, we won't. No, we won't. I'm of the mindset the brother or sister that's a devout Christian is more of a Christian than anybody else. I could be wrong. So they're not going to play with their religion. They're not. Meanwhile, we got the MCU saying, play with it. No, we're not going to do that. So first and foremost, T'Challa prays the Bast. Eric has communicated with Bast, but has also rejected Bast. That's in the comics. Now, in the MCU, all we get is the little digitized representation of Bast in the first few seconds of the Black Panther movie. We don't talk about her after that. I'm of the mindset there's a good reason. Because if you're going to talk about Bast, you got to own Bast. And if you just want to sugar honey iced tea around with Bast, which is crazy because that's supposed to be an African deity. So the African Americans that were assigned to this project didn't lock in with the African deity. Of course, they didn't lock in with African languages either. Swahili and Xhosa. Learned them good enough just for the movie, but did not press the button on the educational system in America adopting those languages. Imagine, it's crazy what we consider to be important. Crazy what we consider to be important and meaningful. And yes, I'm finna throw his name out there. While Roland Martin can protect Ryan Coogler all damn day long twice on Sunday, you know what Mr. Receding Hairline, ascot wearing can't talk about? Why we don't have African languages in the public school system. Meanwhile, over here, just wanted to get that out there. Eric is Black Panther. How? That's the first thing we got to ask ourselves. How? For us to consider him being Black Panther, how? We know what happened in the MCU. He should have been deleted. His MCU character should have did what his comic book character did. But we don't invest in the connection between the Black Panther and his deity. So we can just do whatever. You know, we call that colonization 101. Some folks actually call that appropriation. Pick one. But we didn't do for Eric live action what was done in the comics, thus giving people false ideas about Eric. Shouldn't have. Eric in the MCU literally bragged about deleting his fellow brothers and sisters just to get to T'Challa. That sound like a hero? Does that sound like a hero? Mind you, Cantu's father that Eric deleted, He was an older gentleman. He was older than gentleman. He was older than Eric, smaller than Eric, and Eric still took his life. That sound like a hero? Just ask the question. That sound like a hero. So, regardless of where we're talking, MCU or comics, Bast is not blessing him. Now we can go back and forth as to whether or not he actually make it back from that meeting with Bast, a la Shorty. But either or, Bast ain't blessing him. And I know somebody gonna talk about the Ta-Nehisi Coates version of Kill. That's a whole different Eric. So don't do that. Don't do that. No, the current Eric in the 616 timeline is sleep, as in taking a dirt nap. Right. So is Bast going to bless him with the abilities of the Black Panther? Or is he going to have to do what he did in the comics, which Shorty got credit for in the movie? Is he going to have to create a synthetic heart-shaped herb? Now, he did that in the comics, but does that make him the Black Panther? The question, what happens if Eric becomes the Black Panther? I'm trying to get there. Who's acknowledging him as the Black Panther for me to even answer this question? Because he had on the Black Panther costume, he had consumed the synthetic heart-shaped herb, walked his happy behind up to Avengers Mansion with his pet prey, and Jennifer wouldn't let him in. Yeah, I'm here as your new Avenger, the Black Panther. Jennifer Walters looked at him, called Cap, not to be confused with Captain America, and shut the door in his face. Boy, if you don't get on up out of here with this. So for me to even answer the question, who's looking at this dude and saying, yeah, that's the Black Panther? Nobody. Nobody in the comics is ever going to look at Eric and say he's the Black Panther. Nobody. Now over in the MCU, where everybody named Mama can be a Black Panther, or Koye, Shorty, or Nika, Nakia, Ayo, Eric, and Baku, everybody named Mama can be the Black Panther. Well, it don't matter. Well, okay. I go back to this thing because we don't really give two damns about Bast over there in the MCU. That's crazy. We go to church every Sunday, us, but we let folks play footloose and fancy free with our religion. Never mind. So Eric puts on the costume. Okay. Well, what did you get from Eric before he put on the costume in the MCU? Very knowledgeable. Very, very, very knowledgeable. I give him that. Very, very knowledgeable. A ladies' man, because he had him a ride or die. He had him a body. Now he did. Resourceful. Will that go along with being intelligent? Yeah, that's what that was. It's this whole thing, though, about you remember when he was talking to Claw? Remember he was talking to Claw, trying to get on the plane to get to Wakanda, and he did right. Now, this was before he bragged. This before. See, I understand the museum scene. I get that. I'm with that all day. I get the museum scene. While I wouldn't have did it, I understand why he broke Claw free. I do. I get it. You need that. That's your way to get to Wakanda. You know what I didn't understand? Just as a father, as a husband, as a protector of his women. And when I say his women, I mean, I'm supposed to be just like every other African-American male, the protector of African-American women. And because I understand the connection to the diaspora, I'm supposed to also be the protector of African women. See, I get that. I don't shy away from that. Eric deleted his lady. You know the one, you know the one that helped him in the museum? Yeah, you know the one that was with him when he broke Claw free. Yeah. And Eric is an expert pew pewer. He's an expert pew pewer. Now, I could look at the actor, Michael B. Jordan. I could look at the writer, Ryan Coogler. I could look at the executive, Nate Moore. You mean to tell me y'all thought it was best that he delete her as opposed to letting her live? We need more dramatic effect. Mind you, they wrote him like that and still tried to paint this character as somebody folks would get behind. He deleted his woman. He didn't shed a tear. Her life was meaningless. At the very least, her life was insignificant in comparison to him returning to Wakanda. That's a hero. Then once he gets to Wakanda, he brags about deleting quite a few of his brothers and sisters. I'm of the mindset quite a few were innocent. Did he care? Let me ask the question that Michael B. Jordan asked. That's your hero? Okay. Dr. Umar Johnson, your hero? Charlemagne the God, your hero? Ice Cube. Snoop Dogg. Soulja Boy. We'll make sure I get this name right. Nicki Minaj. I like my lemon pepper wings. Ricky Rose. Once somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And Eric has went above and beyond in the comics as well as in the MCU. I know who played him. I know who played him. And maybe you not liking him if the dude that plays him don't look like that. But I get it. I understand. If you're looking at Michael B. Jordan and falling in love with how he talked, how he walked, how he looked, to the point where you're looking past every damn thing that Eric did. You're supposed to feel no different about Eric than you do about the Joker. You're supposed to despise Eric. That's what that is. Because Eric is a despicable person. There are no redeeming qualities about Eric Killmonger. Somebody, see, here's the thing. You got to ask yourself the question. If you are trying to take out somebody, are you taking out everybody, or are you making a beeline toward that person and getting them ghosts? I'm of the mindset Eric acts more like a colonizer than us. And what do I mean when I say that? What I mean is this. If we run up to a school and we finna set it off, we ain't trying to set it off with the whole school. We setting it off with either that one individual or the group of individuals. If we pull up on somebody, send me to Addy. I ain't trying to get at everybody. No, I want the person responsible. If we spin the block and go back to work, we ain't going back to work because we got terminated to see by everybody. No, we're going back to the job place looking for one person. But because how we get down in our culture, we probably already know where that one person live at. Definitely know where they hang out at. But we only looking for that one person, as in the one person that wronged us. How many people did Eric delete? And Eric is never wrong. No accountability, no reflecting whatsoever. His dad didn't say a damn thing about helping African Americans out until T'Chaka pulled up on him. No, what he was telling his boys to do was a simple gang-involved bank robbery. Hey, when you get the straps, he wasn't being noble. He wasn't being honorable. He wasn't there representing Wakanda. No, Eric's dad in the movies, Njobu, was representing Njobu. That's what that was. He was representing, he wasn't repping Wakanda, and he wasn't repping his people. Eric wasn't repping his people either. how you brag about deleting your fellow brothers and sisters just to delete one person, but you want your brothers and sisters to follow behind you and raise up against the world. Make it make sense. Eric deleted folks that didn't agree with him regardless of what they look like. There was no, how can I put this? There was no, I'm all in with my brothers and sisters with Eric. It wasn't. If you're not doing what I want you to say, if you're not doing what I want you to do, if you're not saying what I want you to say, you got to go. This is a grown man. He tried to delete Shorty. Now I'm looking at more than enough self-respecting African-American men, African-American women, African men, African women, and you wouldn't do anything like that, but that's your hero. So what would Eric do if he could put on the costume Black Panther and tell the world he was Black Panther? Burn it to the ground. Let me say it one more time. Burn it to the ground. He does not know what honor is. He does not know what integrity is. And he does not know what loyalty is. He's still butthurt by his dad. He deleted Claw, deleted his woman, deleted his uncle. And when his first cousin was willing to say, hey man, after everything that his cousin, because I don't know how to do this, you didn't try to delete my sister. And you didn't try to delete me. And now I guess this was this Captain America Civil War moment being revisited all over again. T'Challa, like, maybe we can fix it. There's something to be said about honor and integrity. And T'Challa has it in spades to the point where Ryan Coogler wrote Eric mentioning to Shorty in the Dejalia in Black Panther 2, her brother was too noble. There's no such thing. What you're telling me is that's a quality you lack your damn self. So you want to make light of it when somebody else has it. Yeah, as writers, you'd be amazed what we slip in our own works, just to tell you how we feel about something or someone. So when you look at Eric, Eric has no redeeming qualities. Eric has access to what Wakanda has access. He's going to use it to take over the world, no less than what Dr. Doom would do. And you could be black, white, Jew, Gentile, LGBTQ. Nah, it wouldn't even matter. If you disagree with him, he's going to delete you. Shit. Those are his qualities. We could try and dress it up with nice quotes and everything like that. We can try and dress Eric up by giving him some nice ass lines to speak. Yeah, we can. Heath Ledger has some nice ass lines to speak in the Joker, in Batman and everything like that. Heath Ledger wasn't a bad looking dude. He wasn't written to compete with Bruce Batman. He wasn't. They wrote him to be Bruce's polar opposite. We didn't do that for Eric Killmonger. No, somebody actually wrote Eric Killmonger to be T'Challa's replacement, which is why I don't want him around any damn thing else regarding Black Panther. He does not know nor care about what he's doing. He do care about that dollar though. I'm gonna keep up with these notes and I'm gonna get on up out of here. Me and my brother got a live later on. Hold on, Kimoyo. I came in here for a good time, not to be confused with a long time. I see we got 7 people up in here and everything like that. I appreciate y'all pulling up. This was ChatGPT. ChatGPT said you got to do a live talk about, you got to do a video talking about what if Eric Killmonger became Black Panther. I'm like, I do. I ain't like what it said. I read the script and I like, you know what? ChatGPT sound like it just went to the movies. It don't sound like it went, like it done read all the stuff that I didn't read. But one thing it did allude to, Eric would burn it to the ground. But you know how many folks would say Eric wouldn't do that? Oh, no, he would lead Africa to the promised land unless there is somebody in Africa that disagrees with him. You got one time to disagree with him. It's going to the ground. One time. One time. Eric ain't trying to hear that. And if you're trying to figure out how Eric would get down, why beyond a shadow of a doubt, he'd be more articulate, much more knowledgeable. The way he would run Wakanda, I'm sorry, the world would be no different than what we got going on. Keep up with these notes. Let's see here. We got Kimoyo King. What's going on, big dog? We in here. Grand Madam Tara, my spiritual advisor's in the building. What is going on? Big Ronnie's in the building. What's going on? We in here. The story makes zero sense when you think about it. All day, every day, twice on Sunday. Doesn't Killmonger worship Bad's evil sister in the Black Panther comic? You know what? Come on, somebody. See that? That's why I really couldn't go off of what ChatGPT told me. This is why we say over here with the Council of Wakanda, the same thing they tell you in church on Sunday. Read it for yourself. Read it for yourself. The doors to the Church of Bast are open. They are. The doors to the Church of Bast are open, but you can get that knowledge for yourself. Amen. Amen. Ronnie, Eric deleted women. Lord have mercy. Dude said he deleted hundreds just to get to T'Challa. I don't know how that don't resonate with nobody. Like, did you hear what he said? But then again, you got folks looking past him, deleting his lady at the airport. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? You know what? That tell me a lot. See, that explains some stuff to me. See, now I know how folks get involved with folks that ain't worth a damn because you think it can't happen to you. That's what it is. You see them do something effed up and you still go goo goo gaga over them. Did you not just see them do something effed up? Big Vernon say he bought popcorn for this one. Appreciate you, Big Vern. Appreciate you. Kimoyo says people who love Killmonger are creepy. Once again, I get them liking Michael B. Jordan. I mean, I like every role Michael B. Jordan played. Because I know what you're looking at. I do. You know, when you was watching him on The Wire, you was like, okay, kid and everything like that right there. You okay, now he got the chin, he got the Steve Harvey mustache, he got the Caesar with the waves and everything like that. My dog stay in the gym. I know why you like him. And he's a credible actor. He's talented. I ain't for that like that. He's talented. He is. So I get it. I get it. That's the actor, though. They got a damn thing to do with the character. And if that's how the actor portrayed the character, then I'm looking at both the actor and the director. And I'm saying, when he was trying his best to be sexy, you should have directed him to be menacing. See, when he said, "Is that your king?" That line sound way too damn cool. You said, no. See, that's Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan would say that. That ain't what Eric would say. That when he said, "Hey, auntie," you should have cut that out. No, I like the line. I like the line. That's what Michael B. Jordan would say, though. That ain't what Eric would say. Say something Eric would say. Eric is probably cussing Queen Mother Ramunda out. Then probably called her all out her name. Yeah, Eric ain't sitting up there cracking. And that's the other thing. Got too many folks cracking jokes in the damn movie. Oh, we already saw what happened and whatever. Oh, man. Can we also talk about how Killmonger's second proclamation involved killing children? Yes, we can. Because I don't know how to feel about that. Because, yeah. But no, because I'm human. I get adults. I don't get children. Children are innocent. Like, I don't even know what you right, Big Bernie. I don't know what we need to see Eric as that. But somebody bragging about somebody we seeing having no problem deleting women. So I just other mindset. So what you're telling me is if you want Eric, you have no problem doing that. Whew. And then deleting children too. You don't care? Oh wow, it's crazy. Man, this fiction. You can tell a lot about a person by the type of fiction they like to read. You can't. You can tell a lot about a person by the type of programming they like to watch. You can't. I don't like the fool with anybody that watch a whole bunch of crime shows, because that means they always think somebody up to something, and somebody that watch a whole lot of black reality television. Why? Because you always keeping stuff up and you don't know how to talk. Appreciate it. Eric should have been in hell with Mephisto, and I don't know how Eric got an ancestral plane. I don't. I don't. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's how you tell me that's your best friend. Like that, like no lie, no cap. That's how you tell me that's your homeboy. Because if the only time we saw Michael B. Jordan was in the Diabolical in Black Panther 2. Angela Bassett's character got deleted in Black Panther 2. T'Chaka got deleted in Captain America Civil War. But both the young man that played young T'Chaka and his father that played old T'Chaka are still alive and well. So that goes even to the point where, if I'm looking at that dude right there, when we had the opportunity to put a different actor in the movie, highlight and prop up that actor, we chose to just rinse, wash, and repeat. Chadwick talked about that. Chadwick talked about that. There was no reason for Eric to be in the Diabolical. There was no reason for Michael B. Jordan to be in that movie. It should have been somebody else. It should have been. That's dead ass. It should have been. Nobody has justification for that other than the fact that's Ryan's best friend. But from a literal standpoint, from a writing standpoint, from a creative standpoint, it made no sense. He'd have got a big ass F because a teacher would have asked, where's the Queen Mother? You just deleted her. So when Shorty takes the synthetic heart-shaped herb, she don't see her mother who just passed away. I understand not seeing T'Challa because that's Chadwick Boseman. But with both actors that played T'Chaka alive and well, she don't see her father. I can ask that question to people that's got all the sense in the world. And what they will do is, because they like Ryan Coogler and because they like Michael B. Jordan, they will they mind you, they're gonna turn around and say they like Chadwick Boseman too, or they love Chadwick Boseman. They're gonna practice cognitive dissonance. They're gonna practice cognitive dissonance. Let me see. I have a theory that both Killmonger and his father are actually in hell. Considering his relationship with Mephisto, they didn't kind of chop the bobo together. I can see that. At a person that compared Killmonger in the MCU to Malcolm X, I had to sit them down. That's somebody who don't read, which is crazy because they say they like Malcolm X. Make that make sense, because if you say Malcolm X, then Malcolm X would have encouraged you. If you're a student of Malcolm X, you would have picked up a damn dictionary by now and know at least damn near every word in that dictionary, because that was Malcolm X. That way you couldn't have the enemy turn the words against you. But anybody saying Malcolm X and Killmonger, you're not a student of Malcolm nor a student of comics. You just talking. You just talking. It's crazy. Let's see here. What's going on now? Tell him is in the building. Big James is in the building. How did N'Djaka grow his hair? You know what? That is a great damn question. Because I remember when I went to go see the damn movie, and you know, I had twins. You know what I'm saying? Like what movie came out 2018? Yeah, 2018. I had the bro. I had the bro hawk. I had the bro hawk. Right. And I get twins in 2019. Right. Movie came out 2022. Right. And so Eric, the movie come out 2018, Black Panther. Eric get deleted in Black Panther. Right. Now I got the bro hawk. Eric got some locks. Eric got locks. I got the bro hawk. What I'm not understanding is the movie come out in 2022. You see my hair? You see my hair? Shout out to my wife. You see my hair? I don't know how that happened. I know Grand Madam and Carol say, you know, when you pass away, you know, your hair still grow. But damn, I'm almost of the mindset. Eric hair grew in 2018, 4 years. I don't think my hair that long, and I'm still living. That's all I'm saying. I don't think my hair that long. Shout out to my lovely wife. She made it do what it did. Yeah. Shout out to the stylist from Black Panther. First one. You're the reason for this. Yeah. You're the reason for this. Let's see. Theo, let me see here. Grand Madam Tara and Jared. Vernon said, Bass sent Shorty to hell to let her know she was headed the wrong way. You know what, Big Vernon? I like that story. Here's the thing, though. What Bass come from? We know what's going on in the comments. I'm being so damn petty. Bass got pulled in the MCU now? Because we ain't seen Bass since what? First 5 minutes of the first movie? I ain't watched Thor Love and Thunder, but you know, if you blinked. Now tell them says it's T'Challa's 60th anniversary. It's up for all these scrolls, all 2026. Listen. This is me throwing the gauntlet down. Theo, what you finna do? I think the story that I got going, Blood Feud with Blade and Black Panther, what you done got thus far with Blood Feud is better than anything you done read in that damn synopsis about T'Challa's 60th anniversary. I'm gonna say that one more time because I believe that. I believe that with everything. I believe what I got going on with Blade. I'm supposed to, but I'm not just because I'm supposed to. I believe what I got going on with Black Panther, Blade, Blood Feud, especially with what I done put out there thus far, is better than any damn thing they done told us in the damn synopsis with them 4 stories. Yep, I said it. I like Blood Feud better than anything Casper Cole trying to do to find T'Challa in Wakanda, especially when he should already know. I like Blood Feud better than any damn thing we got going on with Casper Cole talking to Aurora, because he ain't never kicked the Bobo with Aurora like that, so I don't know why. I like that better than that Adam Brashear Black Panther story we finna get. Why? Because I think I can do a better job tying Adam Brashear. Wasn't they in the Ultimates together? Right. All right. Damn sure like what I got going on better than Eric Lenshear and T'Challa kicking the Bobos as if they was besties when he was in Genosha. So because it's a fake herb, she couldn't access the real Dejaya. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Bass kept him out of heaven, but gave him the real Dejaya. I have to go, but I want to watch your product, Blood Feud. It's right there. I'm putting it up in pictures and everything, pictures at a time. We're gonna put it all together, put it in a video format, put some special effects with it. But I'm loving it. It's my homage to the great work that Cheryl Lynn Eaton gave us with Blood Hunt. So it's my homage to that. I like what she did with I love what she did with the 5 tribes. We've never seen the Orisha be active before. And she came in out of left field and jumped off the top rope with it. So it's my homage to her, Blade, Lilith, the Lilith and everything like that. Shout out to my brother Daryl, Mr. Smith, putting me up on game in regards to Lilith. It's gonna be a great story. Had it been written correctly, Shooty would have taken the herb, saw her parents together, and then realized T'Challa was not there. Then T'Challa could tell her Bass took him for her own purpose. It's crazy. You wrote that story? Damn, it's almost as if Kimoyo, you read the comic. You read comics, Kimoyo. You know what that sound like? That sound like a story somebody would have gave us that read the comics. That's all that sound like. That's all it sound like. Listen, I'm out. Like, share, subscribe. I was kind of, well, Dara told y'all Georgia lost last night, and I had to process. I had to process. But shout out to the Georgia Bulldog. You didn't go out like no duck. You didn't. You got beat. Whoever got the ball last gonna score. So I'm good with that. We're gonna try it again. I started to say better luck next year, but no, it would be this year, wouldn't it? 2026. Listen, like, share, subscribe. 9:30 tonight. We gonna be over there. Us on my brother's channel. Dara, Be Real with D Real. Friday Night Vibes. Bring what you drink. Bring what you smoke. We vibing. We vibing. We vibing. Come on over there. We're going to have us a good time this evening. That said, I'm out. Till next time, in the meantime, in between time. Remember the late, great Don Cornelius? Chadwick Boseman. By now, you should know why I used them two names, right? Right. I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so, yeah.